Hello and greetings from Colorado in the United States. My name is Jody and I will be reading my withdrawal tapering statement today. On August 1st, 2017, I began an ill-informed taper off of Gabapentin. This sent me on a profound life-altering journey down the withdrawal rabbit hole. I took this drug as prescribed for 7 years, and the side effects crept slowly in over time. By that 7th year, I realized the drug had been affecting me negatively, and that is why I decided to come off of it. Gabapentin, like many other prescribed drugs, is powerful and unforgiving. After dropping half of my dose in 30 days, I experienced shocking and severe withdrawal symptoms. Most became nearly unbearable, and I desperately sought help from doctors. Unfortunately, in my case, as it is for the vast majority who have found themselves in this situation, there was no help in or from the medical community. I was told all of this was my original symptoms returning, or I was imagining them, or I was offered antidepressants or other drugs. This is called medical gaslighting. And to say that they had no idea how to help me with deprescribing is an understatement. I stopped telling or asking and instead looked to the social media communities where I eventually found help and where I was able to understand what was happening to me and how to organize my taper. In the meantime, I reinstated my full dose, hoping to return to a normal state, which never happened. It took 2 months to feel strong enough to begin a micro taper, and that was all I could tolerate for the nearly 4-year duration of my taper journey. During these years, I experienced 75 plus withdrawal symptoms. Due to the injury of my central nervous system, I could no longer work, go out to eat, exercise, travel, be socially active, be of service to my family when they needed me, and for much of the time I never left my house. For 2 years I had no reading comprehension and could barely form sentences while speaking. The stress, sleep deprivation, and brain injury ignited more than one autoimmune illness, new sensitivities, and additional harm. I felt like my life was leaving me and I had become a burden to those around me and to myself. During the latter part of the 2nd year of what I had come to call and still refer to as the taper from hell, I reached the decision to end my life. I privately focused for several months to make the arrangements I thought would ease strain on my family for my planned absence. What ultimately kept me from doing so was the reality of what my family would go through, my dogs, and the commitment I had made to myself to see the taper through to the end. So I decided to wait until I was done tapering and then see. I was very fortunate to have a supportive and loving partner, which is not always the case for many. A few good support groups with great moderators and some wonderful members to lean on. Nearly all, especially the worst and most terrifying symptoms, are gone now, as I finished my last dose on April 4th, 2021. During that challenging time, in addition to keeping an all-important tapering schedule, I journaled daily about how I was feeling, what symptoms were occurring, if there were any reactions to food or supplements, how my energy was, and whether I noticed any emerging patterns. Each day I graded my overall condition, and in this way, moving forward, I could potentially avoid making symptoms worse, and I could see that small steps of progress had been made, even when it didn't feel that way. Tracking my daily experience and connecting with others online kept hope alive. This gave me a modicum of control, a better understanding of what was happening to me, and instilled the feeling that I was not alone. And importantly, it created a record of what I was going through. There seem to be plenty of journals available, but not much for people taking the often challenging and misunderstood path of getting off prescribed drugs. This was the impetus for me to create a series of 3 personal journal, work, and resource books, which I would have liked to have had during my taper, called My Drug Taper Journey. I'm still on a healing path, and within this healing have resolved to be an advocate for change and support in the prescribed harm community. And most of all, I want to offer hope to anyone suffering with this illness and to tell you your experience is real. Your feelings are valid. You're not alone. You're stronger than you think. Keep going. Better days are coming. Thank you to World Tapering Awareness Day and everyone supporting and educating those in need of tapering resources. Thank you.